Hello. Welcome to this episode of this podcast called, it's going to show up, The Frambling, where your host, me, Sam, I just start interviewing and talking to random people. If you remember from my previous episode, there were 3 of the people that I was talking to. Now there's just one, and she's also Asian. So it's not a reoccurring theme, I promise. But it's just the people that I talk to.
It's AAPI month, so if you weren't interviewing Asians, then maybe you should check that out.
That is true. Go Asians.
Go Asians. Woo!
Anyways, we are here with...
Hi, my name's Abigail Lee.
So Abby is here. Abby is here from faraway lands again, but this time for good, which is really good because Washington is one of the best states ever. Don't try to find our location, but Washington is really cool. Where are you coming from, Abby?
I'm coming from middle of nowhere, Michigan, and I'm never going back. Yeah, I'm a Washington native, by the way.
That's good. We love Washington natives. But yeah, why did you leave your college? We already talked about this. We already talked about this, guys. You guys weren't there, but we already talked about this. But for you viewers, all 0 viewers of my podcast, why are you leaving your previous college, and what's your newest college?
I am leaving my previous college because I just did not have a good time. It was in the middle of the nowhere, and it was pretty religious, and I'm just someone who doesn't necessarily feel those same ways. You know, also being any element of any kind of queer, it's just not good to be in that kind of environment. Also, it's stupid. It was a stupid place. And I am accepted into Seattle University right now, and I'm still trying to hear back from UW. So if the transfer admissions person in UW is somehow watching this, you want me at your college. Don't you want to have me in your sociology program? I think you do.
Yeah, you should accept her because we need more sociologists. Yeah.
We actually do. There's not enough sociologists in the world, or maybe there's the right amount.
We need less content creators and more sociologists.
But what about your content creators who are also sociologists?
Anyways. But yeah, she's leaving. Now she's going to stay in Washington. Isn't that really cool? I did not know about this information. This is literally our first hangout. And when I was planning this day with her, I was like, oh, I gotta catch her because she's going back to Chicago. And Chicago isn't even where she's going to, first of all. And I literally told 4 or 5 of my friends, hey, I'm gonna hang out with this girl on Wednesday. It's Wednesday, right?
Yeah, it's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday, but when you see this video, it's probably not Wednesday. Unless it's the next week Wednesday, then I was slacking on editing. But... But yeah, it is Wednesday, and I was like, oh my god, I gotta catch her before she goes back to Chicago/Michigan, same place, whatever. But she dropped the bomb on me earlier, 30 minutes ago. Like, oh yeah, I'm staying here for good. For good. And I was like, really? That's pretty cool. Because Abby's actually a really cool person. A really cool person.
Thank you. I appreciate it. No, so I didn't mean to drop the bomb. What happened was, I think the last time we talked about where I was going was I would applied to Northwestern and I applied to Barnard, which were both stretch schools, and they both did not take me, which I have no hard feelings about, I guess. In AAPI month, once again, so cruel. But so it was pretty shocking when you're like, oh, I gotta catch you. And I'm like, oh, hey, I'm here for the whole summer except for maybe 2 weeks where I'm going to Chicago.
You're going back to Chicago?
I'm going to a public media conference.
What is that for?
So it's one of the, it's PB something MC, but it's one of the largest public media marketing and fundraising conferences, I believe, in the nation.
That's really cool.
Yeah, my boss was like, I want you there. And she's like, you could always come back and stay at the school and keep working for us. And I'm like, I'm literally going to die if I'm here. Not even exaggerating, I will literally die. I will go to this conference, though. And so I'm really looking forward to it.
That's pretty cool. 2 weeks. That's like not a bad thing. Are you going with anyone, or is it just yourself?
It's just myself, and I'm going with my boss, and then one more other person she brought. Also, it's only a week. I don't know why I said 2 weeks.
Again with the misinformation.
Lying.
She did lie earlier. I can't believe she lied about her address.
See, I'm not going to even say what I messed up there because that actually is doxing myself. But I did send the wrong address. And then when Sam was like, "Hey, can you like resend me your numbers?" I was like, "What?" Oh, I'm like, "Oh, I'll just give you a call," because it's like I couldn't have sent it wrong. I did. I sent it wrong, and I'm so sorry for that. I'm really sorry.
It's okay. It was a really good drive. The area where she lives is like, I already said this, but it's Disneyland, literally. You're probably wondering where we are at. I'm not going to give specifics, but we're at a park. That thing behind us, we don't know what it is.
I know what it is.
What?
These are alien fuck pods. They put little aliens go in there and they fuck. And Washington likes to keep things weird. I know that's Oregon's quote or whatever, like Portland keeps it weird, but Washington keeps it weirder. And so they're super into making sure that we keep in contact with our friends from above. These are alien fuck pods. There's multiple around us.
There's multiple. You don't see it, but they're all around. But yeah.
7.
She counted, yeah. I did not see that coming. But Washington is pretty weird. We're known for a lot of things like bestiality.
Don't call me mommy.
Wait,
Don't call anyone mommy.
you've been called mommy before? Like randomly?
Jokingly, yes. But even then, don't do it.
That's kind of awkward.
Yeah. When I was in high school, I used to be like the mom friend, like that energy. But then in college, more recently, especially, like, because, I'd cook and shit, and I'd be like, oh, I love cooking. I love making sure my friends are fed. Love, 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 love. But then I was like, don't call me the mom friend unless you're going to add the ILF onto it. I'm your MILF friend. I'm not your mom friend.
Is that what you aspire to be when you're older?
On my Tinder, I used to say potential future MILF, as a lot of people used to do. People do that now, but I'd like to say I was doing it before it became more common. But, as an Asian woman, Asian don't raisin, I actually really do think I could be a MILF. Any opinions about that, Sam? Hey, Sam, do you think I could be a MILF?
Say hi.
Hi, this is my first time talking to Sam in real life.
I know, and we just straight jumped into a podcast, which is crazy. Backstory on the first episode, those people I've talked to in real life, but if you guys remember Leah, that was first time I talked to her in real life, and we also did a podcast, so it's becoming a trend now. But this time, we're going to be in a much more secluded area. There's going to be less people walking in the background. But behind you guys, look behind you. Look behind you guys in the video. There's more stuff going on. There's like a skate park and stuff, which is really cool. Those skaters are probably judging us, but you know what? Did you just wave to them?
Well, I don't know. Like, I think I made eye contact with one of them, like that one scene in Fantastic Mr. Fox where he's like looking at the hill and then there's like another wolf and then they like look at each other and there's like I feel like I had that moment with that definitely a high schooler who's at the skate park wearing a maroon hoodie. I'm calling you out. If you see this skateboarder at the skate park right across from us wearing a maroon hoodie, I'm watching you.
I've never seen that movie. That's the only Wes Anderson film I've never seen. Yeah, is it good?
I really like it. His stop animation stuff was good. Isle of Dogs is a little bit racist. Not a little bit. It's kind of racist. It's pretty racist. Just like in the caricatures of things. You know what movie I like from Wes Anderson? Tell me your favorite one, too. I really love Rushmore.
I'm blanking on the name. The one where they go to India. Darjeeling Unlimited. Limited? Darjeeling Limited? Something like that.
One of the words right. So, well, you got the and then Darjeeling, so you got it. So, what I'm realizing right now is I keep on looking at you because when I'm doing my podcast, I look at the other person as I'm talking to them. But I'm realizing there's a camera, and so I keep on trying to go like this back and forth.
You should just look to me. Yeah. It's like less pressure.
Keeps it natural.
Yeah. It's less like we're reporting something.
Yeah.
You know?
Unless we want to report it, like it's like I just grab the mic and I'm like, today at like 2:50 something happened. But no, I'm glad I could be making eye contact. I've been told sometimes that my eye contact is a little bit intense.
Really?
I can make it intense. I won't make it intense. So first of all, you have questions, but before that, I'd like to just say we went to Half Price Books today. Can I?
Oh, show and tell, show and tell.
Show and tell? So you left yours in the car, but you got Owl City. You got the main album, the big blue one.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it. But
Ocean Eyes? No, that's Billie Eilish. Ocean something.
My favorite song by Owl City is The Bad Guy or something. But a lot of 2010s, 2000s indie we've got happening on here. I got Vampire Weekends, Modern Vampires in the City. Forgot what.
Wow.
Of the City. It has some of my favorite tracks on here. Is I love Diane Young and I love Everlasting Arms, and I also like Ya Hey. Really good. And also $7.99. Love Half Price Books.
Yeah.
Next, I got Sugar.
Oh my goodness.
What the fuck? So I got the Sugar Cube CD. Life's Too Good. My favorite tracks on here is Birthday and Fucking in Rhythm and Sorrow. It's wonderful.
Wait, that's the name of the song?
Yep.
Oh my goodness, Bjork swears.
Yeah, Bjork swear. She swears as fuck.
Oh my god, I didn't know.
I can do a Owen Wilson just really easily because I have a name.
Wow.
Oh wow. Wow.
Not bad, actually.
Yeah, it's because my voice is nasally as fuck.
Is it really?
Well, to me it sounds nasally, and I think when I'm talking it sounds somewhat nasally. Probably less so than it does in my ears, but yeah.
I do hate that we can't fully hear our voices, you know?
Like, what's the big deal about that? Like, I want to hear myself accurately. Why would my brain lie to myself like that?
I read that it's about like your skull and like sound and shit, but like, shut up, science.
Yeah.
Let us hear ourselves.
Point at the camera with me. Shut up, science. Shut up, science. Get out of here. No one wants to see you.
Wow. You have really good crowd interaction, I just realized.
Thank you. Thank you. I really I like talking to people. Earlier we were like, oh, you like talking to myself. I do like talking about myself, but I like talking to other people, and I like interacting and making sure we can create environments where everyone's having like a good time. And so even though this audience is like it's pre-recorded, it's like they're still out there. I gotta serve the people and give them what they want.
I wonder if I'm recording on my camera. Hold on.
Oh my gosh, that'd be so embarrassing if not, because I pointed so much at it. Oh, this is hey everyone, Sam is crouching at the camera and checking. Oh, okay, it's good, we have been recording. I would feel like a fucking idiot, to be honest.
We were just doing audio this whole time.
Yeah, we're just like pointing at this thing that's not even fucking on.
Oh, I was...
Sorry, I swear a lot.
I know, I do too.
Okay, cool.
But not as much as you. It's really bad. No, it's not bad. It's good being honest. I like honesty, to be honest.
Yeah.
I like honesty, to be honest. That's cool.
Yeah, I beyond honesty, I'm a big fan of people who are earnest, because I think it combines two things, which is honesty and passion, and also some level of emotional intelligence, because I think it shows that you're comfortable with being vulnerable with something. And so I really am a huge fan of being earnest, and that's the importance of being earnest. Oscar Wilde.
Did you actually say that?
It's a play he wrote about this guy who pretends his name is Ernest, and then this other guy pretends his name is Ernest, and all these girls fall in love with him because they're like, your name's Ernest, which is just such a good like saying for your qualities as a human being. Your name is Sam, and my name is Abby or Abigail, so there's not really any double meaning there. But for someone like my friend Grace, that's a word.
Sam isn't even actually my first name.
What's your first name? Have you been lying to me?
No, Sam's my second first name.
You too?
Yeah, because because Spanish people took over the Philippines. And that's why my last name is Spanish. I can't say it.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay.
Maybe I should have dropped my first and last name.
I mean, you have a podcast that has your...
I do advertise my podcast with my first and last name. Abigail Lee would like to apologize on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and Anchor.
You're on Anchor?
Yeah, I'm on all of them.
I wanted to switch over to Anchor, but I just was lazy.
It's really easy, and it'll make your transfer process to other systems super straightforward.
Really?
Yeah, hey, this episode is brought to you by Anchor. Have you ever wanted to create your own podcast? Well, Anchor will help you with that. I created mine in one day, literally one day. Got it posted onto 2 sites through Anchor.
Backtrack to when you were talking about your extrovertedism.
Yeah.
Would you classify yourself as an extrovert?
So I am not an extrovert in the typical sense, but I'm not going to do some dumb shit like being like, I'm an ambivert, because it's just, everyone's different around different people and different situations. And so I live my life kind of accidentally as an introvert, like every day, because I sort of go on autopilot a little bit. So like when people come up to me, their first impression can sometimes be that I'm cold. And it's not because I'm like hateful or anything. It's just like they caught me off guard and I literally wasn't thinking. Like I'll just be like walking around and they'll be like, oh, they'll be like, hey, Abby. And I'm like, hi. And they're like, and like in their brain, I'm like, does she want to talk to me? And it's like, no, I do. Just catch me out. Like talk to me for a little longer, or like catch me like at a time where we're going to definitely be talking, and then I'll be able to like be present. But I would say I'm an extrovert. I like talking. I love talking. I love hearing other people talk.
Do you like meeting new people?
Okay, that depends.
Okay, like for example, like a scenario like you're at a concert. Would you talk to the person next to you?
Depending on who they were and if they were other people, yes. More likely, no, though. I'm not at that level of confidence and extroversion. I'd like to be, though. Because those kinds of people, they get anything they want in life. Not in like a greedy way, but just like a charismatic, people like people way.
What about your friends? Do they listen to the same music as you do?
Oh, sort of, and also not really. I got some of my friends to start listening to Orville Peck, and it's been a little bit of the year, the cowboy for us.
Wait.
Huh?
Do you like country music?
It depends. I was listening to Orville Peck since high school, a little before the Euphoria episode used it, but sorry, that meant to be annoying. I hope that I should have made it more sarcastic sounding, but I did listen to it. I've been listening to him for a while. I really love his camp, and I love his costuming, and I think it's really important to kind of develop that kind of persona, especially when we think about pop idols. It's like, are they people? They're people, but like they should have more fun with it. I guess I mean also in a way where it's like, I think more people should be developing pop alter egos, like Nicki and Roman, like Eminem and Slim Shady.
Oh, Miley Cyrus and Hannah Montana.
Yeah, MF Doom and like a lot of things, right?
I like how you gave such really sophisticated answers, and I was just like Disney Channel show.
I can do other things like I also like the sun and the moon, and I'm like, what the fuck?
That's astrology right there, which Abby's not really into.
I could never get my head around it. I think that's the baggage of being from a religion, is that I could never get into astrology, because I'm like in my brain, I'm like, this just kind of feels like more religion.
More religion.
Yeah. And also it's so much to memorize. Like the only reason I memorize the astrology in the order of the zodiacs is for an embarrassing reason that we can talk about like another time, not on air. Like it's why I remember them. But like I just, I tried to get into it in middle school and I just couldn't. And today I'm like, explain it to me. Like I'm sure it'd be cool and stuff, but I cannot get into it.
What's your sign though?
I'm a Sagittarius.
What can you tell about your sign?
They say that Sagittariuses are like super carefree, and they're like fiery people, and they're just like don't really give a fuck. But here's the thing, I give so many fucks. I have literal anxiety. I give so many fucks. I love so many people. I love too hard and I love too much.
Ooh. That's a bar.
Thank you. I'm not going to do my bars on here. That'd be embarrassing.
Oh, because you rap, right?
Oh, let's not call it that. I mean, technically, yes. I don't have any beats to it because I can hold this if your arm gets tired. Okay. I don't have any beats to it because I never learned how to play an instrument, and so I'm really bad at that kind of thing. But I'm trying to get better. My friend Tori is really good at freestyling. If you listen to my second episode of my podcast, he actually does a 2-minute freestyle to a beat that we found on YouTube.
He ate.
Thank you. He did ate. Tori, I almost said his last name. He ate. You ate. Trying, trying not to dox people challenge.
It's hard. It's hard because we like all our friends, and sometimes we just have to say their full name sometimes, and it's hard not to. It's hard not to.
Yeah, I love saying a full name. Like a full name to me is so fun. It's like their whole. It just feels right. I love when people have nice names which really roll off the tongue too, like da 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 da. So not everyone has it, but if someone does, I want to make sure I say it.
Yeah,
You know.
that is true. Do you like your name?
I used to not like my name because I felt like it was really boring and maybe not fitting for the personality that I was showing people. But then I was like, no, you know what? With the things that you do online and stuff, that makes it sound like I do bad things online. No, I just do a lot of things. It's better that your name is one of the two most common names put together.
Which is?
Abigail, and then Lee.
Abigail's a common name?
Pretty common. Sorry, my nose is running. I'm just gonna. No, don't do it. What's something that you really get scared of when you see it in other people?
Like a red flag?
A red flag, but also just like personality stuff, or like even like little things.
This is a very specific red flag, but I think a lot of people have this. I'm excluding people who have had friends in their life and stuff happened, but people who have never had a best friend or like a close friend before, not because like they're weird or anything. It's because they were mean, you know, or like very like maybe narcissistic or like doesn't know how to like maintain a friendship. Whenever I meet someone and they're like, "Oh, I don't have a best friend." And I'm like, "Oh, what happened?" And they're like, "Oh, I never really got into having best friends." I'm like, "It's a little weird. Is it because people don't like you? Is it because people think you're mean or there's something, you know? There's some context clues there." I'm like, "Oh." And it's weird, you know? I don't know how to describe it.
No, I mean, here's the thing. When you're talking to someone, it's not necessarily that you're just being like, hey, you're weird and you can't believe you hadn't had any friends anymore, red flag. It's that with other things. Like you pick up on it. It's not really something where you're just like, automatically you're like, maybe we shouldn't talk because you haven't had friends before. Because who knows? It could have just been a situation of that person being like environmental or just like a lonely life that they've lived so far, and that maybe you could have been that friend. But there's also, you know, I know what you mean, because it's not necessarily just out of the gate. It's a buildup of things. It's more of like you hear that and that kind of clicks some things of being like, oh, I see why that would be the case for you.
But yeah, I think that's a more serious like thing that I look for people. I guess like a more non-serious one is like people who like country music. That freaks me out a little bit. I'm looking at you.
I just like Orville Peck and I just like Dolly Parton.
Oh, that's okay. That's like old school country.
I used to be someone who used to be like, no country, but then country has a lot more depth to it that I wish I could have been giving a little bit more to it. You know, the only music genre where I'm just like, why do you listen to this is... Never mind. Actually, so fun fact. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick tangent. I have a Hinge, and there's this. You know how on Hinge you can do sounds?
Yeah. Do you have one?
I have a Hinge and I have a sound, and it says, what's your life soundtrack? And on it, I have a sound effect I got from YouTube. It's called Mars Ambient Sound Effect Music Planet Music Free, something like that. And it's just like, it's like, it sounds like, and then I get people, they slide on and then they'd be like, wow, did you make this? This is really good. Or they're like, wow, do you listen to Arca? Like, do you listen to like it's like Bjork-esque. They're like, do you listen to like, they're like, oh, do you like noise? Like, do you like noise music? And I'm like, you guys are listening to like a free sound effect from YouTube.
Yeah, stock sounds got them.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, okay.
That's really funny. Weeding out the people in a way. I don't know if you remember, but we met on Hinge.
Yeah, Oh shoot! I'm so sorry. I get mixed up.
She forgot.
We've been talking on Instagram for a while, so I just
Yeah.
at this point it's like you've been put beyond a category of people who I see on those apps.
Anyways, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling a little cold, but nothing too bad. I love sitting on blankets outside. I think that's and people aren't doing it enough.
No.
People aren't doing enough. Go right now. Go wherever you're watching this. Take it outside with you. Go outside. Touch grass. Touch grass.
Touch grass.
I'm touching grass.
We are. It's kind of wet, but
Touch damp grass.
Are you cold? Are you okay?
I'm a little cold, yeah.
Do you want that?
I'll fucking take it.
Okay.
Thank you. Look at that. What a nice move. You got points from the podcast gods for this one. Just doing it like this, like a little blanket shawl thing.
A blanket shell. This is one of my favorite jackets. I freaking love this thing.
It's a good jacket. Can I be honest with you? I love the color. I love a brown wooden button, or not wooden, but I love the inside. I love a plaid, a tartan.
A tartan?
Yeah, it's a good jacket. Hey everyone, Sam's jacket is fire. This.
I'm having a great time.
Thank you. I'm glad you're having a great time. If you weren't, I'd be like, well, I guess I failed as a podcast guest.
Yeah, I'm having a great time. Abby earlier was like, Sam, I'm having a great time. And we were like literally just talking. I was like, okay, at least you're honest.
The way you said that makes me sound like the fucking guy from American Psycho. Like I'm Patrick Bateman. Sam, I'm having a really great time right now. I'm just really enjoying sitting here and talking one-on-one as human beings would.
Why is there a tarp on the ground?
Hey, is that an axe?
Why are you playing Huey Louie in the news really loud? Oh my goodness. Why am I drunk? I'm dead. Yeah, this is my last episode, guys.
Yeah. I'm actually going to kill Sam after this.
She'll take over the podcast. Are you ready for questions?
I love questions.
Okay, so these are questions that our viewers submitted specifically for the podcast and Abby Lee. Ooh, that's really easy to say, Abby Lee.
Abby Lee, isn't it nice? It's like a good name, I realized, to learn to love it more.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so we're ready. So you guys submitted questions from all over, but I only had to pick one, so...
Only one?
No, oops, a couple. Why did I say one?
It's a really cutthroat process here. It's like you really had to cut through the fat of the questions.
The fat of the questions. There's a thing about wheat.
I butchered a saying.
English.
English.
English is hard. Anyways, so but yeah, we got some few questions on Reddit. So let's see what's happening here. How do you feel about Reddit while I find this question?
So fun fact about Reddit is that my dad used to like Reddit so much that he had to stop. He had to undownload it, and he actually did a sermon about how he was like, I just got stuck on Reddit because it was so easy to keep on scrolling and scrolling. And then he also cited a Thomas Jefferson quote during that one. It was kind of funny. Love my dad though. Aside from everyone sees the septum piercing and the bangs and they're like, daddy issues, and it's like, nope, just other issues.
Damn straight. We all have that. Are you ready for your first question?
Yeah, I love questions. Let's go.
Okay, Girl Part asks, who is your favorite president?
Oh, God.
This is a tough one because all of them are kind of shady.
Yeah, because they're all war criminals.
Yeah.
I guess I like John Adams. When I was younger, I was like, I gotta find a guy named John Adams so I can marry him, and I'd be Abigail Adams, and we'd be John and Abigail Adams.
You really want Adams as your last name?
No, not anymore. I've learned. I've grown. That's a really specific question, and I don't know if I can say I have very strong feelings about it. I think Reagan is not good. I don't like Reagan, but I think the things that people make about him are funny. Lemon Demon, Neil Cicierega, Reaganomics, really fun, catchy song.
Wait, did you say Neil Cicierega?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love him.
Goofy little skinny white guy. I'm like, yeah, kill it, slay.
Wait, what's that one album that he did where it's
Oh, mouth moods and like mash and like all those different like
yeah.
always like stream and Smash Mouth's All Star throughout. Yeah. No.
And he combines like Toto, Africa by Toto with something or whatever. It's really good.
My favorite one is the Wild Wild West, which is a combination of like Will Smith's Wild West with a few other songs. It's really good. No, I'm glad that we talked about this. I love Neil Cicierega. Hey, Neil Cicierega is my favorite president.
The only president. Do you remember the Nicki Minaj like yeah, and then people are in Twitter like, Nicki's my president.
Yeah.
Not Trump, Nicki is. But for you, it's Neil.
Yeah, please rise for the anthem, which is this one for the boys of the booming system, packed towns AC with the cooling system, and then two trucks having sex. Two trucks having sex. Have you not heard that one?
That's a
Neil Cicierega song.
I love him.
No, he really has done everything. Like you realize once you take a good look at him, his fingerprints are everywhere on the internet. You can find him anywhere. He's done
Starting from what year?
Early 2000s.
Really?
Yeah.
You're not even joking.
Yeah, I'm not even joking. There's this flash video that was used from a song of his called "The Ultimate Fight for Destiny" or something. It's like Godzilla was. He also did Brody Quest.
Yeah.
Which then transformed into some other things in some fan circles about a parody of Brody Quest. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest. This is what I was gonna say. Homestuck turned Brody Quest into a thing called Hussy Quest. I hate myself so much.
You're so passionate about this.
And also, he did Potter Puppet Pals, of course.
He did?
He did, yeah.
Like, what's that ticking noise?
Yeah, that's it.
The mysterious ticking noise.
He did that.
Which part? The whole thing?
Yeah, here's Harry Potter.
Oh my god, he is everywhere.
Actually everywhere. And even today, you'll find him in other things. He's married and has a kid. Fun fact.
What?
He's married to a comic artist, I believe. I can't remember her name right now, but she's cool. But yeah, Neil Cicierega is everywhere.
That's really cool.
I really look up to him as a content creator. I don't even want to say it like that because he's too cool for that. He's like an internet saint.
He's a prophet.
Yeah, an internet prophet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love him.
Who's your favorite president?
Oh.
Yeah, it's your turn.
Shit. Okay, I only like him because he was the shortest term and he died, and it was really funny. Zachary Taylor, he was only president for 3 months, and then he went to some rally or whatever in America and got hungry, so ate cherries.
Oh, Cherry's Milkman?
Cherries milkman.
And then he died.
He just died.
Hey, if you're president, the first policy you should induct is die.
Okay, Ordinary Rendition asks, do you like cats?
Oh my gosh, I love cats. I love cats so fucking much. We talked about this earlier, actually. I love cats. I think they're just so adorable. I love that they meow. I love that they are soft, and I love that they are very sweet. Cats and I always get along. I've been told. Want another Abby story real quickly?
Okay.
We used to work at Kumon.
Wait, like you were a tutor?
I used to be a tutor at Kumon.
What subject?
They would have all the girls teach the kids because they hated women, and they only let the guys be the ones who just sat there and graded.
Ew.
A kid bit me once at Kumon.
Why? What happened?
I was trying to get the pencil from them, and they bit me. That one's actually not the story. It's just that there's actually not a lot to it. The kid just bit me. She was cool, but like she did bite me.
Say that again?
She just bit me. Like.
There we go. Sorry, I pulled the mic away from you. Wow.
But that's what the story with it. What happened was this girl that a past friend of mine, he knew, happened to, I think, try working at Kumon for a few days, and she saw me there, and he asked me about me. He asked her about me, and was like, "Hey, insert name here. Like, did you see like Abby?" And she went, "Oh, you mean the girl who looks like a cat?" And I was like,
Wait, you? Wait, did you have like, were you dressed like a cat or something?
No, I wasn't. I literally was dressed normally.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so I got literally assigned cat girl by a random person from Kumon. By the way, quick reference, this was another Asian woman, so that almost feels like it stings more. It's
Uh,
not real.
At least you were called cat girl before it was a trend, you know? It was before it was a trend.
Not even in a fun way. It was like when I think that she called me a cat girl, it's like, oh, the one whose eyeliner is a bit too pointy, or maybe one where she like looks kind of furry like. Okay, I have a question for you. If you were a furry, if you had a fursona, what animal would it be?
I'll be a cat. Just regular, because I like being cat. But, like, if we have technicalities, maybe a jaguar.
Jaguar? Kind of, wow, that's
Oh my god. What about you?
I do a bunny. I like a rabbit. I give a little bit of that nervous, kind of jumpy energy on my everyday basis. Not necessarily in my podcasting mode, but like on my everyday thing, I'm a little bit jumpy.
Do you get scared easily?
Sort of. It's more of just like I'm like you can surprise me easily. But it's not scared. I'm just like but it's not scared. Like I can watch most horror things. I just can't watch things that are like a reality horror. Like this woman gets and kidnapped and put in a box. Ooh. But then it's like ghosts and I'm like, like I saw the Babadook and I was like, give it to me. That's fine. It's just
Did you like it?
yeah, I actually wrote I liked it and I wrote a paper using the Babadook and talking about how motherhood is best explored in the horror genre because motherhood is scary and they don't use the horror genre for it enough.
That is true. My favorite horror movie has motherhood in it. Hereditary. I love that movie.
Ooh.
Did you watch it?
Fun fact, I was in I went to New York very recently. I was on Hinge and just having a little fun, just looking at it. I was like what kind of people are on Hinge? Guess who was one of the first people who showed up on my Hinge Explore page?
Nate Wolf.
No, the sister from Hereditary.
Wait, I can't say it. I can't say it because it's
No, they were just on like the actor, the actress.
I mean, girl boss.
Honestly.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I was just having fun seeing like who's in New York and stuff.
Oh my god, that is her.
Yeah, they're Millie, yeah. And I sent them a rose because I was like, it's worth a shot, but of course it didn't match.
Sorry, Abby.
Once again, I'm not devastated. It was more of just like a sense of being like, I'm in New York. I'm in New York, baby. I want to see what's happening here.
It's all about the Mets, baby. It's all about the Mets.
The Mets and a big juicy hot dog.
Like Lizzie.
Yeah, glizzy.
Yeah.
Are you a glizzy gobbler? I'm a big fan of the 150 dog in Costco.
I love hot dogs. I will eat.
I love hot dogs too. Okay, we're gonna try this again. Do you jab people up?
Wait, no. Fist bump me.
Okay, fist bump.
Ready?
Yeah. Oh, that was awful. Ah. Okay.
I was gonna say I love glizzies.
Yeah.
I will eat 6 of them. And yeah, Costco's good.
Costco's good.
Getting a hot dog from a baseball game is really good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, love hot dogs. I put ketchup, mustard, relish. That's it. Maybe onions.
No, I'm a ketchup mustard relish girl too. Onions can sometimes be a lot.
Yeah.
It depends on how thinly they're diced. Yeah, we went from cats to dogs. It is. It's just embarrassing. Everything is embarrassing. Go listen to Everything is Embarrassing by Sky Fiera.
Sky Fear.
Yeah, she's good. Did you know Elon Musk tried to ask her out to the Met Gala?
Recently? After the Grime shit?
This one. He tried to ask her out to this one, and she said no.
Good job, Sky.
He keeps on literally aiming at all these, like, indie, like, women artists, like grunge almost, even.
He's very weird.
He is weird. Elon Musk is weird. Official statement from this podcast and from me and from you.
I hate him.
Yeah, I hate him too. Get out of here, Elon.
Get out of town.
Yeah, go pack up your bags and piss the floor.
I've had it up to here with your bullshit.
Yeah, get out.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
You're breaking your mother's heart.
Yeah, and I'm crying.
Rah.
Ah. What's the next question? I don't know. I ran out of little voices to do with that.
Oh my god. Okay, okay, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, Remix 302 asks, what was your initial thought when you first created your podcast? What was like your motive, I guess?
So I had been wanting to create a podcast for a while because I actually do a lot of in and out in podcasting. I do a podcast for another one called Dear Asian Girl. That one's a little more professional, and it's less casual, but it's something that I really care about a lot too. But I love podcasting, and I really wanted to start doing one that was a little more humorous. And I was just with my friend, my professionally hot friend. Her name's Solana. She's actually going to be on the episode this week that'll be coming out. There'll be 2 episodes coming out because I'm behind. And I was like thinking about how we both like on dating apps we just hate responding to people. Not because we hate people, it just becomes like there's something in our brain that's like it's just like it becomes like a lot of like mental work because it's like texting and stuff. And I was like, I want to apologize to every single person who I've ever like on a dating app and like not responded to on accident or like something like that, or even in general. I was like, I want to apologize to some people because I was also thinking of this. I got very depressed March and February, and so I wanted to apologize in my brain to every like thing that I work for getting burnt out, and so I was like, well, you apologize a lot already. Like I'm always saying I'm sorry. It's something I'm trying to work on. And I don't know. People say that when you apologize too much, it makes your actual apologies feel like less. But I don't know. Like I think people can tell when I'm just saying sorry, and then when I'm like saying sorry, like a genuine thing about it. But whatever. Yeah. So I was like, hey, I want to do this podcast. Apologizing's fun because it can be a little bit of a confessional format. Like, let's see what's happening. Let's see what people want to apologize about. And so that's how Abigail Lee Would Like to Apologize came to be.
It's pretty good. Check out our podcast. It's really cool.
Thank you. And I'm going to have Sam on air.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you're going to be on it. And I might say your full name. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
I got a question. Yes. Trademark97 asks, what other jobs did you do before podcasting? It's not a job, but whatever.
I worked at Kumon. I worked at the greenhouse at my school that I used to go to. Yeah, I used to work in the greenhouse. I would water the plants, I would prune, and I would shear, and I would listen to Little Shop of Horrors during that time.
Listen to what?
The musical Little Shop of Horrors. Because I felt very like on brand. I'm like, I'm working with plants, and this musical's about killer plants. And also, I would play classical music very loudly on speakers throughout it. And on sunny days, it would be so beautiful because the sun would be shining through the glass, and I'd just be watering plants. And also, it was hot as hell in there, and I would have to take off my shirt. And then sometimes people would walk in, and I'd be like, oh, fuck, shit. And I'd have to put on the other layer. I would never go like bare, but like sports bra at least. Yeah. So yeah, I used to work at a greenhouse. I used to work at Kumon. And I used to work at I no longer work there because I'm transferring schools, but I used to work at my school's classical radio station.
Classical?
Classical. Only classical.
Really?
Yeah, I never had the chance to do a radio station that does non-classical music, and I'm really looking forward to that chance, and I'm hoping that any of them will take me. But if they want me, I guess. But I've gotten really good at pronouncing names, which I never had to because I never learned an instrument. So I'm like Franz Josef Haydn.
Nice.
That
sounded legit. I don't know how to say it, but it sounded legit.
It was legit. It was legit as fuck. But that's the only one I can remember right now for some reason.
For the longest time, one classical artist that I couldn't pronounce was Chopin.
No, I did that too. Bose or Bussy or something.
Debussy.
I did say Bussy on air for approximately 300 listeners.
Oh
It
no.
was like a sort of a public station too. It was a classical like public, but it wasn't necessarily just for the school. So I did say it wrong, but luckily I was working the night shift, so no one heard me.
No one's asleep.
No one's listening to this and being like, "Who is this fucking bitch mispronouncing it, saying bussy on air?" Thank
Right.
goodness I didn't. Let's do it again. I learned my lesson.
I don't like it when people like get pissy about like pronunciation, because like obviously you know what I'm trying to say,
Exactly.
you know.
You know what I'm trying to say. So what's the big deal? We're understanding each other. At this point, you're just being nitpicky.
Did I have any fun jobs?
Yeah, fun ones.
Um,
Fun ones.
they're okay. First job I did was I was a camp counselor for a Christian camp. Good times. It was for summer. Before that, prior to that, I did not like kids, but after that, I really like kids, and now I want to be a dad, but not now. Talking to you, friends who got kids already, you're 23, chill out. But yeah, kids are cool. They're annoying, but some of them are cool.
I mean, there's a certain age of kid that I work really well with. They have to be able to talk, but they can't be too old because then they just blatantly don't like me. Like, they just disrespect me.
I know they go through that phase that we've all been through, you know?
You know, I like drawing kids' pictures, like, really quick. I'll, like, draw them. I'm like, what do you want? And they'll be like, I want this. And I'm like, look at this. Bam. And then they're like, this is so cool. And I'm like, yeah, it is. And I'm like, my little, like,
You just want to inflate yourself, you know?
and also I want to make them happy. I like talking to kids like they're adults. It's funny to be like, hey, so what are you doing? What are you up to? And the kid's like, well, today I I went to the playground and I ate, like, my friend ate a wood chip or something. And I'm like, that's so cool. Is your friend okay? Like, it's funny to just talk to them like a kid. Like, sorry, like they're an adult, because I think honestly you're a little bit more coherent that way. They'll actually answer to you. They'll be like, yeah, okay, you're asking me a question, I'll answer it.
That is true.
Kids are just like podcast guests, and I'm just like a kid. And right now, in this instance where I will take the questions and I'm just gonna something on your hand.
I don't know what that was. It felt heavy. That was weird.
There's a ghost.
A phantom, a haunted park. Do you have anything to say to your friends who are probably gonna watch this? Because
I'm gonna advertise it on my account. Yeah. Grace,
oh my god.
Belly, Solana, Rainer, I love you so much. You guys are my everything. You're my world. That's enough vocal fry, you think?
Oh my god, that was pretty terrible. So yes, that was enough.
Everyone's gonna really enjoy that one. They're gonna be like, ah, yeah. But no, this has been a really great time. You're a great host.
I am.
Yeah, I think you're a great host. You've got a good awareness of when your guest is going to speak, and I think you did a good job. And I'm excited to see more episodes from this after I watch the first one when I'm back home.
That was like a full-on run-on sentence. Holy shit.
Yeah, I love run-on sentences.
Do you?
Yeah, I'm a bitch for commas.
Oxford, comma. Vampire Weekend. Vampire Weekend.
Good on. I want to do it together. You want to say Vampire Weekend together?
Okay.
Ready?
On go.
Yeah, on go. 3, 2, 1, go. Vampire Weekend.
Okay. That was kind of. Everyone's looking at us. I feel awkward. Anyways, I'm done. That's the episode. My guest here is Abby. She was a great time. And I'm Sam, and that was the Frambling.
Bye.
Bye.